Imagine begging for a sequel, only to watch it detonate the very moment the cameras start rolling. From the second Boyz II Planet hit the airwaves on July 17, 2025, the series morphed from long-awaited follow-up to headline-devouring firestorm, fueled by brutal eliminations, viral mentor clashes, and scandals so wild even veteran K-pop watchers did a double take. The launch that fell off a cliff. The first broadcast opened on a high-gloss montage trumpeting the dawn of a new global phenomenon. Yet within 45 minutes, viewers were already side-eyeing the judges. Eliminations came mercilessly fast. 28 contestants vanished in the first 2 episodes, a pace that shattered Net's previous records and left fandom forums gasping. That whiplash set the tone. Hype on one side, havoc on the other. And the chaos only deepened once the spotlight shifted to the night's most polarizing performances. Episode 1 Shockers. First casualty, trainee Baek Jae-hyun, whose fearless but off-key take on Stray Kids, The HK Boom, earned a 0-star verdict. Judge Lee Suk-hoon called him out of pitch, awkward, yet praised an energy better than any other performance. Viewers who normally roast weak vocals found themselves weirdly rooting for him, flooding socials with comments like, "Why do I actually like him?" Then came a bigger jaw-dropper. Thanatorn, already debuted with boy group The Wind, also scored 0 and was axed on the spot. Fans erupted, accusing Net of evil editing that magnified every slip while ignoring stronger moments. Clips of his steadier live stages circulated as proof. By the time credits rolled, the hashtag Boyz2Planet rigged was trending, and the season had barely begun. But the carnage on stage was nothing compared to the clash brewing at the judges' table. Talent versus visuals, a viral mentor face-off. A backstage snippet blew up when mentor Hylan asked rapper Justice whether looks should count in scoring. His cool reply, "Of course I'm judging charm and visuals too," sparked a digital civil war. Hylan confessed she had ignored appearance entirely, and netizens split overnight. Half applauding her talent-first stance, half arguing idol visuals are part of the package. The moment crystallized a decade-long worry that K-pop's vocal standards are slipping beneath sculpted cheekbones. Fans who once joked about visual holes suddenly wondered if the industry had dug itself a crater. And yet, that debate felt tame once old skeletons rattled out of contestant closets. Leo's lyric scandal, misogyny rewinds to 2021. Ex-Hype trainee Lee Leo assumed the show would be his redemption arc. Instead, the internet unearthed his 2021 self-written rap, laced with explicit misogynistic slurs. Hype had yanked the video back then, and Leo issued an apology, but viewers hadn't forgotten. The resurfaced clip labeled him a walking red flag, prompting renewed calls for accountability. International backlash hit first. Korean forums followed, dubbing him unfit for debut. Yet the producers kept him in, banking on controversy-driven clicks. But Leo's past anger could almost pass for youthful stupidity next to the storm gathering around another trainee. Kim Jeon-woo, bullying, favoritism, and therapist notes. Days before premiere, an anonymous exposé described Kim Jeon-woo as the Park Yeon-jin of Company B, detailing alleged verbal abuse, drinking with managers, and even embezzlement. Photos of therapy notes naming him as a cause for anxiety sent shockwaves through fandom spaces. When Wake One finally confirmed both Jeon-woo and fellow contestant Kang Woo-jin were already under contract, despite being introduced as independent trainees, fans cried foul. Proof, they said, that the deck had been stacked from day one. Jeon-woo's handwritten apology, claiming some incidents were exaggerated, only poured gasoline on the blaze. And just when viewers thought the web of favoritism couldn't tangle further, the insider leak that seemed to predict everything. 2 weeks before airtime, a cryptic Reddit post listed yet unannounced contestants, pegged specific judges' favorites, and warned that Wake One trainees were pre-selected for glory. Once episode details matched the leak, fans proclaimed it prophecy, not rumor. The same post alleged Verivory members smoked in restroom corners, WIB idols received inflated scores because their agency invested cash, and Jeon-woo had been earmarked as center months ago. In a franchise scarred by 2019 vote-rigging convictions, the pattern felt all too familiar and impossible to ignore. Even so, controversy didn't chase viewers away. The numbers told a different tale. Ratings rise on scandal's coattails. Despite furious hashtags, viewership ticked upward with each headline. Episode 1's modest 0.3% share climbed as clips of Hylan's debate and Jeon-woo's apology flooded TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube commentary channels. Fans may complain, but they kept tuning in, proof that outrage and curiosity are twins in the streaming era. CJNM executives quietly celebrated the spike, but every extra eyeball also magnified scrutiny. Producers now walk a razor's edge. Milk the drama for ratings and risk permanent brand damage, or course correct and risk losing the buzz. So where does that leave the hopeful trainees still fighting for center stage? Where the story stands and why it matters. Inside the studio, contestants rehearse choreography so intense it leaves knees bruised, all while Googling their own names to see which rumor trends next. Off camera, lawyers draft statements, agencies scrub timelines, and judges debate whether a high note or a high cheekbone sells more albums. For K-pop at large, Boyz II Planet has become a flashlight in a dark room, exposing favoritism, unrealistic beauty standards, and the frightening power of anonymous leaks. Each scandal feels like déjà vu, yet the stakes keep rising because every misstep is now global and permanent. If Season 1 was a rocket, Season 2 is a live grenade. Whether Boyz II Planet implodes under its own chaos or spins controversy into record-breaking debuts, one thing is certain. The next revelation could redraw the map of survival shows, and maybe topple the myth that idol dreams are squeaky clean journeys of talent alone. So buckle up. Episode 3 drops in hours, and buzz says an even bigger bombshell is ticking in the backstage corridors. Miss it, and you might miss the moment K-pop history swerves off its polished script for good.